Hi, the objective of this video is to show you how to determine if a binomial is a factor of a polynomial. And you may begin to think that this is getting redundant, but just to be specific on this particular topic, we know that a binomial is a factor if the binomial evenly divides into the polynomial, that is, the remainder is 0. So if we want to verify that x plus 2 is a factor of f of x is equal to 2x cubed plus x squared minus 5x plus 2, then we're going to have to perform long division to show that that is indeed true. So if we look at dividing x plus 2 into 2x cubed plus x squared minus 5x plus 2, let's see what we'll get. So we say x goes into 2x cubed, 2x squared times 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. Multiplying again gives us 4x squared. Now after we multiply, we subtract, which changes the signs, and then add. So we get 0 for the 2x cubed minus 2x cubed. X squared minus 4x squared is a negative 3x squared, and bring down the minus 5x. So now we say x into negative 3x squared is a negative 3x. Negative 3x times x is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times 2 is a minus 6x. So now we subtract, which changes the signs. So the negative 3x squareds are eliminated. Negative 5x plus 6x is x. Bring down the plus 2. So now we say x goes into x one time. 1 times x is x, and 1 times 2 is 2. And when we subtract, we get that there is nothing left, so the remainder is 0. So that tells us that x plus 2 is a factor of this polynomial. In other words, 2x cubed plus x squared minus 5x plus 2 can be written as x plus 2 times 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. Okay? Now what if we need to verify that a polynomial has two factors? Well, then you have to divide twice. So you take one of the factors, divide into the original polynomial, and then you're going to divide the next factor into the quotient of that first division. So let me show you how that works. So let's say we want to divide 8x to the 4th minus 14x cubed minus 71x squared minus 10x plus 24. And we're going to show that x plus 2 and x minus 4 are factors. So let's divide that whole thing by x plus 2. So we say x goes into 8x to the 4th, 8x to the 3rd times. 8x to the 3rd times x is 8x cubed. 8x cubed times 2 is plus 16x squared. 16x cubed. Now we subtract, which will change the signs. So that, I just realized I made a boo-boo with the powers there. So the powers, the first terms are eliminated. Negative 14x cubed minus 16x cubed would be a negative 30x cubed minus 71x squared. So x goes into negative 30x cubed, a negative 30x squared times. Negative 30x squared times x is negative 30x cubed. Negative 30x squared times 2 is a negative 60x squared. So now we subtract, which will change the signs. So the 30x cubes are eliminated. A negative 71x squared plus 60x squared is negative 11x squared, and we bring down the minus 10x. So now divide 11 into negative 11x squared which is a negative 11x. So negative 11x times x is negative 11x squared. Negative 11x times 2 is negative 22x. So now we subtract, which will change the signs. 11x squareds are eliminated, and negative 10x plus 22x is 12x plus 24. So x goes into 12x plus 12 times. So multiply 12x plus 24, and we see that there's no remainder. So indeed, x plus 2 is a factor. So the way we would write that, let me back up here. We would say now that that original polynomial is actually equal to x plus 2 times 8x cubed minus 30x squared minus 11x plus 12. So this means that the other factor which we were given must divide into this evenly. So that means that x minus 4 must divide into this evenly. So to verify that, we would have to say x minus 4 into 8x cubed minus 30x squared minus 11x plus 12. Okay? And I'll go through the steps here, but hopefully you're pretty caught on to long division. So x goes into 8x cubed, 8x squared. Multiplying that gives us 8x cubed minus 32x squared. And then we're going to change the signs. So that gives us a 2x squared minus 11x. X goes into 2x squared, a 2x times, so 2x times x is 2x squared minus 8x. So now we're going to change the signs. So negative 11x plus 8x is a negative 3x plus 12. X goes into negative 3x, a negative 3 times. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 4 is plus 12. So again, the remainder is 0. So what that tells us now is that we can rewrite this binomial or polynomial, not a binomial, is, let me bring over the x plus 2 because that's from our original function. But now this 8x cubed minus 30x squared minus 11x plus 12 can be written as x minus 4 times its quotient, which was 8x squared, plus 2x minus 3. Okay? So to verify that a binomial is a factor, you're going to use long division, and if the remainder is 0, then you know you have a factor of the polynomial.